Owning a Rolex Submariner has not been anything what I expected, and in many ways, it's been quite disappointing. It's been a bit over 10 years now since I walked into a Rolex AD and left with my Grail watch, the 114060. This was the watch that I wanted for a really long time, though never expected to be able to actually own one. I built the watch up, putting it on a pedestal as the greatest watch, and pair that with the clever marketing by Rolex and social media creating a super persona around their watches. I developed preconceived expectations on what it would be like to own a Rolex. This is what really has fueled my disappointing experience with the Sub. It's not the watch itself, but the way I viewed it. My feelings towards an elite luxury brand that made watches for an exclusive demographic. I always loved the design of the watches, the materials that go into making them, and the craftsmanship. But ultimately, I've realized it was much more than that. I wanted to feel special and own something that was a symbol of success. Sadly, all of that, in a word, is BS. Icon, legends, grail, these are just words I use to justify buying a Submariner. When it comes down to it, it's just a watch, and even further, a watch no one cares that I own or even notices. Never have I had anyone come up to me to talk about the watch, and the more I think about that, it's probably a good thing. When I initially started wearing the Sub, I felt accomplished and just a tad bit cooler. Those feelings quickly passed, and that's one of the biggest lessons I've learned throughout my watch collecting journey. Don't buy a watch for a feeling or to impress. Buy a watch that you like and want to wear. Simple as that. The notion of grail watches, exclusivity, and luxury in many ways is just a figment of our imagination. Yes, in the recent climate of buying a Rolex watch, it is very difficult because of supply and demand, and partly resellers, so they are exclusive in that respect. But I'm focusing on a different sense, one that refers to being part of an exclusive group that's lucky enough to own a Rolex, not so much the ability to do so. What is further added to realizing these misconceptions about owning a Rolex is once I did get my Grail watch, I still enjoyed wearing my other watches, which include G-Shocks, San Martin, Seiko, and much more affordable options. It comes down to this: a Rolex is no more special than other watches. It just costs more and made with nicer materials like white golds and platinum, but it doesn't make it that much more enjoyable to own. I'm not trying to discourage anyone from getting their Grail watch, or specifically a Rolex, but you should manage your expectations, and if you built up a watch, putting it on this pedestal, you might be in for some disappointments.